Hi friends, I'm Anouk, Nook for short, and welcome to another Nooks Hooks vlog. Today I'm gonna have another productive Nooks Hooks day because I have the whole week off. The university where I work is closed this week, so no work for me to do this week. So a perfect time to get a bunch of Nooks Hooks work done. That being said, I have a lot of plans for today. I have a lot of filmception planned. I want to film a different video today and take you guys along in the filming process. I also want to film a reel, but bear with me. I want to film how I make that reel to post that on Patreon to give like an explanation on how I film the reel, how I edit the reel, and the process of doing all that I want to film for you guys. So you guys are gonna see me film myself filming a reel for Instagram and then editing a video and filming a video to post on Patreon about that. It's a whole thing, but I do want to take you guys along on this day with me, partially to keep myself accountable to actually do some good work today, because when I'm filming, I feel like you guys are keeping me accountable to actually do my work. And then on the other hand, if you guys have to do some productive stuff, it could be nice to do some body doubling and just have this video playing on the background and do some of your own productive work at the same time. So it is 8:20 a.m. right now. I did already sit in the sofa and crochet a little bit this morning, and I watched a video of Deli's Designs. You guys, small intermezzo, if you haven't watched Deli's Designs on YouTube and you're into small business vlogs and like cutesy stuff, her whole theme is like yellow and cutesy stuff, and she has a little Peppa Penguin, which is the cutest little plushie ever, and she's prepping for Stationery Fest soon, so a bunch of market prep videos right now. I can't recommend her channel enough. I've been obsessed with watching her, and I watch every single video she puts out. They're the best. That being said, I've done a couple things already this morning, nothing really productive except for crocheting, because I do need to crochet for my convention that's coming up in November. Side note, I have not been prepping enough for that, so I kind of want to get a lot of other stuff done today so that I can focus on doing prep for the convention afterwards. Because for one, I haven't been keeping up my Instagram. Two, I really should post on Patreon today. Three, I should be posting more YouTube videos. Four, I haven't released a pattern since the start of April, and it's now July. I told you guys this would happen. If I release a pattern that's really good, that's really loved by you guys, which was the Sleeping Dragon pattern, I like ride this wave of success, and I know this is gonna happen. Once the hype around the pattern starts going down, I just kind of shut off. And I always know that's gonna happen, so I don't beat myself up around it. But that does mean the dragon pattern was a really high high, which means the low was also very low. And I'm not saying I was feeling low. I'm saying I didn't have much motivation to work on a new pattern. I also hold myself up to these way too high standards. So because that pattern was so good, I need my next pattern to be just as good, while I definitely don't need to do that. I can just put out different patterns. And actually that's something I want to talk about in the other video I'm filming today, because the other video I'm filming is a complete overview of every pattern I've ever designed and kind of like the timeline and how I got from 0 sales to 18,000 sales on Etsy. And there I do want to talk a bit about, always wanting to have the perfect pattern, because something I noticed is I used to put out way more patterns when my Instagram was smaller and it was less popular. And that's partially because I had a smaller page, so it was less stressful and I could just put out things, while now I have the standard of how great my patterns should be, how novel they should be, how special they should be. And I don't want to put out just anything. It takes me so long to actually want to put out a pattern, because it just has to be perfect in my mind, and that has changed since the beginning. I kind of do want to step away from that. I did kind of with my spring bunnies. I'm not saying that pattern wasn't good. I'm saying it wasn't super novel. So That's definitely something I want to try and step away from, but on the other hand, I do want to just keep giving you guys quality, and I know that if I really push myself to design patterns, that quality is not going to be there. Okay, I went on a little monologue right there. If you're interested in seeing more of that pattern journey, I suggest you see the other video. I think it's going to be posted before this one. I'm not too sure yet. I don't go into these things with a plan. I never have a plan of when I'm going to post what, when I'm going to film what. I just film whatever and post it whenever and edit whenever I feel like it. So I think I'm going to start off today with making a little to-do list of everything I want to get done today. So we have my handy dandy diddle notebook. Moved you guys along to come see me write. First off, I want to finish this giraffe because the reel I want to film is like a no, don't turn me fluffy, where this giraffe is gonna suddenly turn into this giraffe, which is a fluffy giraffe. If you're wondering, Nook, when did you release a giraffe pattern? This is just my cow pattern with 3 rows of 15 single crochet around the neck. That's it. It's the same pattern. No, you don't need to go buy a new pattern. If you have the cow pattern, that's what you gotta do. So let's see. We have to finish the giraffe. And the thing is, today it's going to be quite gloomy outside. So I do want to just finish the giraffe off quickly so that if the sun comes out, I'm ready. I can immediately film the reel that I want to film. Because of course it's much nicer when the sun is out. Then I want to film and edit the reel. I want to film and edit the Patreon video, which is explaining how I did the giraffe reel. I want to gather my plushies for the pattern roundup video. Then I want to film for the pattern roundup video. I'm going to put in parentheses that I want to edit the pattern roundup video because I'm not sure if I will be getting to that today. And then lastly, I want to work on the sleeping cats. There's my to-do list done. As you saw, the last item is work on my sleeping cat pattern. 2 videos ago, which was like a daily vlog as well, I did make a version of a sleeping cat, which is this version. Not ideal. It's giving some different kind of animals that's not a cat, so we will try to make a new iteration of this. It's already much better than this iteration, because this one just looks terrible. But I did get a lot of feedback over on YouTube and Patreon on ways to improve this pattern, because I completely agree. It's not the pattern that I want to put out. It doesn't look like a cat yet. I think I remember some things being pointier ears, ears higher up, whiskers, obviously, maybe adjusting the eyes slightly to be more cat-like. I've seen thicker and thinner tail. I've seen adding some front paws sticking out here, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that because it's gonna add a lot to the pattern and make it a lot less no-so, which I don't enjoy. So yeah, we'll see. I think I do like the shape of the face though. Just there's some stuff that needs to change about it. And like I said in that vlog as well, if I make a pattern iteration and I'm not happy with it, it's gonna take me at least a month to get back to it. So that's again what happened to this one. This one I made end of April, mid-April, and I hated it so much that it took me until a month ago, mid-June I think, to try out this one. And then I wasn't happy with this one either, so it took me another month to have the energy to try again. That's just how I work. Anyway, enough yapping, it's time to finish that fluffy giraffe. I finished the fluffy cow. Isn't she the cutest thing you've ever seen? I usually also go around and snip a bit of the fluff from around the eyes so that you can see the eyes better. Aren't they so cute? This is gonna be so cute for the reel. that I'm gonna post, so I'm very happy. I really need to step up my Instagram game. I haven't been posting at all, partially because I'm on a social media cleanse again. I actually haven't scrolled on any form of social media for a week now, so and with any form of social media, I mean a short form. I do still watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I don't do any short form content. It's been nice to just get away for a little bit. I will probably restart, but it's nice to once in a while have a cleanse of all the prickles. I don't know how you call that in English. Like all the stuff coming at you and like too much information at once. So every once in a while, I do a little cleanse. All right, I'm glad to have that done. It's still looking very gloomy outside, so I won't be filming the reel right now. Also, in the meantime, I did think of one other thing that I do want to do today. I have a new idea for sticker designs for the convention I do, and I think they will fit the brand quite well. I already have some stickers. They are illustrated versions of a couple of my modular patterns that were illustrated by Belly Crochets, who is an incredible illustrator and a very dear friend of mine. She does incredible work. She does have a wait list to get in because you guys were so obsessed with the illustrations she did of my plushies that she had to start Belly Illustrates as well and now gets a bunch of commissions. So I'll leave her Instagram down below in case you're interested. But I do have an idea of more illustrations that I can do myself, for which I don't need incredible drawing talent. And I like doing these kinds of illustrations for conventions because as a crochet artist, everything I sell at Facts is handmade. I'm not saying other people's stuff is not handmade in the artist alley. It is, but if you have an illustration, you make it once and you can print a bunch of stock. While with crochet, every single item I make takes me an hour to make. So it gets really hard to like have enough stock every time. I spend 6 months restocking for each convention while I have a bunch of other stuff to do. So if I could shift it a bit more to have a couple more things that don't take me so long to make or that I have to design once and can get printed, that would be great and would lift a lot of weight off my shoulders for these conventions. So I do want to dabble into that. And I have another idea of some merch that I want to start making, but this is going a bit against my principle because those I would have to make myself as well, and it involves sewing. But it's really fun merch and I think it really fits my brand, and I don't think I've seen anything like it before. It's something I would personally love to have, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm still just keeping an eye out on secondhand websites to get a sewing machine because I don't know if I'm gonna really enjoy sewing. So I gotta test it out. I gotta, see how it is. So I don't want to go ahead and buy a really expensive sewing machine if I'm not gonna keep doing the hobby and if my idea is not gonna work. Another option that I've been debating about, if I don't find a sewing machine that I like secondhand, I can buy a new sewing machine, but if I end up not taking up the hobby, I could maybe just do a giveaway. And wouldn't that be crazy, a sewing machine giveaway? Anyway, I'm spoiling some ideas that are coming up later, and I'm not gonna say much more about that, but that is something upcoming, and definitely there will be a whole video about it. But that being said, the only thing I wanted to say is I have a new idea for some illustrations I can make to turn into stickers, which I think will be really fun, but I'm not going to spoil it yet. I'm only going to spoil it if it works out and I like what I'm seeing. Otherwise, it's going to be a secret kept to myself. So I think now it's time to gather all the plushies for my pattern roundup video. I will not have an example plushie of every single pattern, I think, but I will try to gather as much as I can for that video because I think that will be fun. Hello and welcome to my very disorganized storage room. I use this room to dump anything I don't want to deal with at the moment, so there's a lot in here. We have a bit of the previous setup I used to do pictures with, a bag of plushies. This is going to be my bag of discounted plushies for the next convention. A basket of whatever. I think there's a bunch of whips in here. Another bag of plushies. I think these are plushies that I don't sell because it's like Elise Softy plush, which I haven't done the CEs testing for, and I'm not bothered to do that. We have a bunch of stuff laying on the floor. This is the yarn I designed with Scapius. It's really cute. The colorful yarn is the ones I designed. Here are some samples. Isn't that fun to see? Here's a closet I took apart and then just left it here. And then here is another tub of old plushies, but I can see it's also filled with scrap yarn. So that might be fun to do a little using up scrap yarn video with. But that being said, I'm going to look through everything up here right now and see what I can gather to use as examples for the pattern roundup video. This is actually one of the original hoodie bears. I made this one for the pattern, so I'm definitely going to use this one, but I'm also going to include a newer one just because this is not the quality I crochet with now. Okay, so I have all the plushies I could find laying on the floor and in this bag, and now I'm gonna organize them in chronological order because that's how I'm gonna go over my patterns in the video. We are going to ignore that pile of mess over there. This is not a organizing my crochet room video, so it's not there. That's a problem for future Nook, but time to put everything in chronological order, and then I can go ahead and get filming on that video. So we have Mini Cow, Bunny and Teddy, Stego, Elephant, Panda, Frog. Okay, I'm very glad that's done, and I'm actually sweating. I think it's time to start filming that. But I want to do it in one go, so I'm gonna prep a snack, some water, and a coffee so that I can just film it all in one go. I'm also going to open up my Etsy and my Instagram on my laptop. My Etsy so that I can see pattern sales and I can tell the video how much sold of each pattern. And then I think I'm ready to go. I'm going to film a little bit for the vlog you're currently watching of me filming myself. So the quality will be a little less good because it'll be filmed on this phone instead of that camera, because I'm going to use this camera for the pattern roundup video, obviously. Hi friends, I'm Nook for short, and welcome to another Nooks Hooks vlog. We have a very exciting video today, going through all the patterns I've ever designed and looking at the journey of what got me from starting off with 0 sales to over 18,000 sales now, for which I am so grateful. You guys, it's already 12:45. When I tell you I have never talked so much for a single video, I'm genuinely out of breath. I talked for an hour and a half straight. Well, I needed to take a break in between, but an hour and a half of footage of me talking. My voice, my breath, oh my God. I'm now gonna take a much needed lunch break and not talk for at least half an hour to an hour and not record. I'm not, I need a big break. That was exhausting, but I'm very happy it's over with and I can edit that video when I feel like editing it. Oh my God. I'm gonna stop talking and see you in the next clip. All right, it's now 1:40 and I've recovered quite a bit. I'm still really tired. I don't know, filming that overview really just knocked me out. I spent my break having a little bit of lunch and cuddling the dogs and just watching YouTube from the sofa and trying hard not to fall asleep. I also made a blueberry, banana, and mango smoothie. because I feel like the cold and the vitamins are gonna wake me up. At least I hope so. All right, I just checked the weather report and it's not looking like it's gonna clear up today. It says in a couple hours there's gonna be like a bit of sunshine mixed with a bit of clouds, which I think is worse because then the lighting constantly shifts and that doesn't work when I'm filming a reel. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and film that reel for Instagram, and then I gotta figure out and think about how I'm gonna do the filming for Patreon. Wow. This is a lot for me right now, especially when I'm so tired. Oof. Oh, actually, before we start on that, during my lunch break, I had a delivery, which is a safety eye jig. I'm very curious. I actually don't know how to use it, but we're gonna wing it. I'm gonna guess this goes in here. And is that hole big enough? Let's see. No. We'll need to use the other one. So then it goes like that, I guess. I'm gonna be bad and test this out by just sticking an eye into this cat's ear. All right. Because I don't have a plushie to test the eyes on, but I really want to test out this safety eye jig. So it's going in this cat's ear. Those who know me know I don't do instructions, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try it however I think it's supposed to go, I think. Or maybe snap it on already. Then put it in there, and then that's not doing much. I think this hole is too big, but the other one's too small. Oh wait, is it too small? It might be perfect actually. Oof. Okay, that definitely worked. And it looks pretty secure. Although, I can literally take it back off. Wait, no, I just pushed it through the ear. Never mind. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna try another one and see if it's normal that it's that hard. Put it in here. And just press it down. Which isn't working. And rest it already snapped. Oh, it already did. Okay, that works, but I do feel like it's maybe slightly damaging the back of the eyes. I'm glad I'm testing it out here and not testing it out on a finished plushie. Let's try the bigger size again. See, this one doesn't damage it as much, but it doesn't push it in there enough. I don't know, this might be a bit of a flop. So, what you're gonna wanna do is have your 2 plushies ready for which you want to do the transition, and you're gonna have whatever you're using to record fixed on a tripod. Okay, I did film the reel and filmed everything I need to do the little tutorial for Patreon. I'm very pleased with how it worked. I did do a screen recording for the first time ever, so I'm hoping that worked out fine too. I think what I'm gonna do next is edit the Patreon video that I just made and then immediately post it. Then I can check that off of my to-do list, and then there's not too much left to do today, I think. I think the other thing I have is work on the sleeping cat pattern. I am sorry, but that is not happening today. I am too tired to be thinking that much for a new pattern. The other option I have is edit the pattern roundup video. I might start on that. And we have the sticker designs. Actually, I think after editing the Patreon video, I might start on the sticker designs just to see if it works out and if it's something I want to get into. But first things first, and that's video editing. Okay, that's it for editing the... Okay, so I filmed the reel, I edited the reel, I filmed the thing for Patreon, edited the thing for Patreon. That's now uploading, and I am so tired. Patreon is acting up a bit. The first time I tried uploading the video, it kept getting stuck on processing after uploading. So I'm trying again. It was stuck on it for like over 15 minutes and the whole video is only 10 minutes long. So if it keeps doing that, I might upload it as a private video on YouTube and then just post the link on Patreon. Not ideal, but if that is a way around it, then I might have to do that. I've gotten another coffee because genuinely, I am so tired. I have not been this tired in a very long time. I don't know where this came from. I think today has just been a lot of thinking, a lot of talking, a lot of multitasking, so it's been exhausting. That being said, I did get done with, oh, I see that my Patreon video successfully uploaded and processed. So let me just quickly click the publish button. There we go. So I did successfully finish everything I wanted to do today. The only thing I still had on there that was a bit of a maybe was the cat pattern, working on that, but I don't have the brain power for that. What I do think I have the brain power for is designing some of those stickers. Now, what I have in mind, I think I will need a platform. I will need to find a specific platform to do whatever I have in mind. So I think now I'm gonna look around, see what's available of the platforms, and then have a tryout to see if my idea is any good and if it will work out. Okay, so I did end up making some sticker designs that I do like. I'll post them here. There's 3 designs for now. They're all really similar just because this is a trial thing and I want to see if people actually like these kinds of things. I'm really loving it because I love cross stitch, I love cozy hobbies, I love anything thread related. So the combination of cross stitching, reading, and crochet is really up my alley. So I think this is really cute. I'm also really proud of the design because I just drew it all and played around with it, and it took me quite a while. It's actually already 5:15 now. So I'm still gonna think about how I want them printed as stickers. If I want them to have a white border, if I want them to have like a little frame around it. I'm still debating on that. I'm gonna try some different things out in Canva, and then I'm going to have the stickers made. Also, I've been thinking of getting a Cricut machine. It's an expensive investment, but it's something I've wanted for quite a while now, and I keep thinking of these things as like, that's an expensive business expense, and is it a smart financial decision? Am I going to get the revenue out of this that I need to pay back the Cricut machine? While on the other hand, if I didn't have this business, I could have just bought a Cricut machine because I wanted to do it for myself as a hobby. So looking at it from that standpoint, I may get a Cricut machine. I'm still going to look into it. I'm also going to look into other options for getting stickers made, because usually I get them made and then printed and sent to me. But I think last time I spent like 150 euros on stickers. So financially speaking, it would be smarter to just get a Cricut for around 200 to 300 and then have infinite stickers, except for buying the sticker sheets. Something to think about. But I also have to think about the fact that I would need to get a printer. But I do need a good printer. We don't have one at home, so we can definitely use that. Something to think about. I might just get a couple stickers printed off now just to test it out and see if it's something I really like and something I think is worth buying a Cricut machine for. I also would like you guys' opinion on these designs, and if you saw a sticker that had this design, if you would get such a design. They're mostly going to be for selling at conventions, but if there is a lot of interest online, I might put them up on Etsy as well for a small price and also a small shipping fee, because they can be sent via just small poly mailers, and I can even get the shipping option of just shipping it with a stamp instead of a full shipping label. So with that being said, it's 5:20 now, so I think it's time to wrap up my workday and to wrap up this vlog, because as I said, I'm very exhausted, and in 40 minutes I have to go to a workout class, which I'm not ready for because I am so tired, but I'm hoping it's going to help against the tiredness. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe you were productive too while watching this video. I sure was very productive today, and I had a very good work day. So be sure to like and subscribe. That is always the best way to support me and my channel. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!